I'm joined now by our next guest, none other than Mr. John Sparrow from Clearcom. John, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Ben.
How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, thank you very much. Can you tell us a bit about your role at Clearcom, just to get started?
Yeah, so I'm a pre-sales support consultant, if you like. I work from home in the south of England. I support the EMEA team with anything that's technical in the sales cycle, so quotations, demonstrations and so on. Also help with the exhibitions and also consultant outreach, which is why I'm here today.
Fantastic. And you're kindly sponsoring the conference.
Yeah, we are a sponsor here. It's a very good event so far.
Excellent. Had some good conversations?
Yeah, well done to AVIXA for putting it all on.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. No, that's great. So let's talk about what we're here to talk about today. So cloud-based products and services. Let's start with that. So we're seeing a lot of that at the moment. So what are the main drivers of this trend, and what kind of advantages do you think that those things afford?
Okay, so Clearcom have been working with IP networks for many years, both internally to a building and site to site. So it helps our customers to be able to talk between two venues or two areas or two buildings. Moving to the cloud obviously makes this even easier to a degree. You're working with equipment that's not on your premises, so you don't generally have to invest. You can normally move it from like a CapEx to an OpEx. So if you've got an event, you can say, I want to hire something or I want to use something for a short period of time. So you can spin it up and spin it down again. So moving to cloud services, it also means that the cloud people actually look after all the infrastructure and all the hardware. So you haven't got to do so much work there, which really helps.
Yeah, good stuff. And you kindly said about the event that we've got today. How important do you think these kind of events are to sort of meet up and talk through the implications of the AV broadcast convergence, as it were?
Yeah. So we were here last year, which I think was the first time that this UpStream event was run in London, and it was very good for us then. It was good meeting the AV consultants. Our market, I mean, we talk about this broadcast market, but our market is much wider than broadcast. We do comms for marine, we do comms for space launch, Formula One, MotoGP, as well as broadcast, as well as AV. So anywhere you need a critical comm system with a team of people that need to talk to each other instantaneously is where Clearcom really fits. So coming to a meeting like this or an event like this means we can talk to the end users and the people that are in the field, if you like.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's very important.
Yeah, and I think sometimes as well, people might see you and sort of think, oh, I want to talk to them, but I don't really know where to start. I don't know what can you do to sort of like allay their fears and sort of like say, just kind of, what information do you need from them just to kind of get a feel for what they're trying to do?
But it is kind of a black art, but you can sort of start from the very basic. How many people want to talk to each other?
Yeah.
And where are they? And can you use wired or wireless? Do you want to use a network, or do you want to use a DEX signal, or whatever, however you want to talk to each other? And then we can look at our quite wide portfolio of products and bring it together into a solution, which is what I try and do for the EMEA team.
Yeah, and being in and having these kind of conferences and having you standing there, people can come face to face and just have a chat.
It's great.
You're a friendly guy, I can attest. anyone wants to have a chat, that's good. Clearcom have always been a manufacturer of hardware, and that works with a core matrix in a room somewhere, for example, which is obviously totally viable. But understand that you're also in the cloud-based and software as a service space too, as we've mentioned, right?
Yeah. So the Clearcom product range, as you say, is based on hardware. But for the last quite a few years now, we've had two products, Agent IC and Station IC. One runs a intercom app on your phone or your iPad or a tablet, and one runs on your PC or your Mac. So that product is already software-based. That's available as a monthly or a yearly contract, but that's currently on our hardware platform. Okay. So you start from there, which is where we sort of started with our software solutions.
Fantastic. A lot of people are doing audio and video in the cloud at the moment, but not so much the general comms in the cloud. What would you say the challenge is, and how are kind of Clearcom blazing a trail in that area, if you will? Yeah,
so effectively we're one of the first manufacturers of the intercom side of the world that's actually using a cloud-based intercom, but it uses our technology which we designed to work on our hardware. And what we've done is taken that mixing engine and put it into the cloud. So it's established product. Latency is an issue. We obviously need something to work immediately. We can't have delays. So when you're working with the cloud, you have a connection up to the cloud and back again, or wherever the cloud is. So we've got 6 data centers around the world that you can connect to. you can choose your local data center for your shortest latency. But if you're working with another branch in America and you're in Europe, you can still go up, down, across and back down again. So latency is critical to keep it as low as possible, and quality. You need high quality audio, which normally doesn't work with latency. You get more quality, you get more latency or delay.
Yeah.
So we use something called an Opus codec, which gives you very, very high quality sound as well as low latency. So by combining that sort of expertise, plus enabling it to come back to the ground, so you've got cloud, and then we have a product that brings it back into your local intercom system, so we can bring it back to your premises system, and that will enable you to have the best of both worlds, hopefully.
And I mean, as usual, we're running out of time. There's never enough time to do these things, as I said earlier. But I know that people traditionally have been using sort of hardware panels. But I know that you have your Gen IC.
Gen IC, so I haven't mentioned that yet. Thank you.
No worries.
So Gen IC is the name of the cloud-based products, and it means generate IC, basically. Gen IC is backed up by something called Skyport, and Skyport is the admin portal. So our partners allow their customers to buy access to Skyport, and then they take control over their intercom by configuring the keys that they want. But it's different from something like WhatsApp, where you just chat to each other. The administrator can control who talks to who and log them in, log them out, so you can take users off the system and so on and so forth. So that's Gen IC and Skyport. To bring the hardware into it, at the moment it is based on our software products, Agent IC and Station IC. To bring the hardware into it, future developments will bring along our FreeSpeak 2 wireless belt packs, which are DEC-based, and hardware panels, and that will become available on Gen IC as well, as what we call an endpoint these days. So it's somewhere someone sits and talks to somebody.
Good stuff. And speaking of which, if people want to come and talk to you and find out more about the products, what's the best way to do so after this conference? Okay,
so you can find me on LinkedIn, John Sparrow. You can look up www.clearcom.com as the company web address. We are American as a company, but we are based in Cambridge. So we've got UK office as well. So you're not necessarily having to wait for the time zone to talk to the States.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.